Good afternoon. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Anuja Kumar with the Midday News. The headlines. Solar energy is sure, pure and secure, says Prime Minister. Dedicates Asia's mega solar project to the nation in Madhya Pradesh. COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 62.42%. Uttar Pradesh government imposes 3-day restrictions from 10 p.m. tonight. Lockdown in 10 districts in Bihar, including capital Patna, begins today. Gangster Vikas Dubey killed in an encounter near Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh. ICSE and ISC exam results for class 10th and 12th to be announced at 3 p.m. today. And special flights to operate from 12th to 26th July between India and UAE to facilitate stranded citizens to reach their destination. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said solar energy is going to be a major source of energy needs not just today but in the 21st century as well, because solar energy is sure, pure and secure.
सोलर पावर के मामले में दुनिया के टॉप 5 देशों में पहुंच गए हैं। सौर ऊर्जा आज की नहीं बल्कि 21वीं सदी की ऊर्जा जरूरतों का एक बड़ा माध्यम होने वाला है, क्योंकि सौर ऊर्जा श्योर है, प्योर है और सिक्योर है।
While inaugurating through video conference Asia's largest solar energy project in Madhya Pradesh's Rewa, the Prime Minister said Rewa has really created history today. Rewa has been identified as Ma Narmada and a white tiger. Now the name of Asia's largest solar power project has also been added. The Prime Minister said the people and industries of Madhya Pradesh will get electricity from this solar plant. Even the metro rail in Delhi will get its benefits. He added, like Rewa, work is going on big solar power projects in Shahjahanpur, Neemuch and Chhatarpur. Referring to energy needs of the country, Mr. Modi said as India is moving towards a new era of development, our hopes and aspirations as also our energy and electricity needs are increasing.
विकास के नए शिखर की तरफ बढ़ रहा है, हमारी आशाएं, आकांक्षाएं भी बढ़ रही है और वैसे वैसे हमारी ऊर्जा की, बिजली की जरूरतें भी बढ़ रही है। ऐसे में आत्मनिर्भर भारत के लिए बिजली की आत्मनिर्भरता बहुत आवश्यक है। इसमें सौर ऊर्जा एक बहुत बड़ी भूमिका निभाने वाली है और हमारे प्रयास भारत की इसी ताकत को विस्तार देने के हैं।
The Prime Minister cautioned that when we launch large projects of renewable energy, we also make sure that our determination towards clean energy is seen in every aspect of life. We are trying to ensure that its benefits reach every corner of the country, every section of society and every citizen. Governor Anandiben Patel, Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan and many union ministers attended the program. The solar park has been developed over a total area of 1,500 hectares by the Rewa Ultra Mega Solar Limited, RUMSL. It is a joint venture of Solar Energy Corporation of India and Madhya Pradesh Urja Vikas Nigam Limited. More from our correspondent.
The Rewa Solar Power Plant project at Gud area in Rewa is set up in an area of 1,590 hectares. It is one of the largest single-site solar plant in the world. This solar power plant has a total of 3 units. Each unit is producing 250 megawatts of electricity. In the 750 megawatt project costing about 4,000 crores, solar power generation has started with full capacity. The foundation stone of the project was laid by Chief Minister Shivraj Singh Chauhan on 22nd December 2017. The project was completed in a record time of about 2.5 years. From an environmental point of view, the emission of 15.7 lakh tons of carbon dioxide per year from the Rewa solar project will be stopped, which is equivalent to planting 26 million trees. Sanjeev Sharma, AIR News, Bhopal.
The government today said the COVID-19 recovery rate has improved to 62.42% and 4,95,513 people have recovered in the country so far. In the past 24 hours alone, 19,135 people have recovered from the highly infectious disease. Presently, the total number of active corona cases in the country is 2,76,685. The Health and Family Welfare Ministry said a total of 26,506 new cases of COVID-19 have been reported in the country in the last 24 hours, taking the total number of cases to 7,93,802. This is the highest spike of cases recorded in India since the outbreak of the pandemic in the country. In a single day, 475 deaths have also been reported, taking the nationwide toll to 21,604. Indian Council of Medical Research (ICMR) informed that a total of 1,10,24,491 tests have been conducted in the country since the outbreak of COVID-19. A total of 2,83,659 tests were conducted by various laboratories in the country in the last 24 hours. This is the highest number of tests conducted by the laboratories in one day since the outbreak of COVID-19. ICMR is continuously ramping up its testing facilities for COVID-19 by giving approval to government and private laboratories. As of now, a total of 1,169 laboratories across India have been given approval to conduct COVID-19 tests, including 835 government laboratories and 334 private laboratory chains. The Delhi government has decided that rapid antigen detection test will be offered by all its dispensaries and polyclinics. The test will be conducted from 9 a.m. to 12 noon on all working days. The step has been taken to augment the COVID-19 testing and ensure its accessibility. Delhi's Directorate General of Health Services said that dispensaries have been allowed to undertake rapid antigen testing of the individuals with influenza-like illness symptoms and also of asymptomatic direct and high-risk contacts. Rapid antigen testing will be undertaken in combination with RT-PCR test as per the guidelines of Indian Council of Medical Research.
The Indian Council of Medical Research (ICMR) is planning to conduct a nationwide sero-surveillance in the near future to evaluate the trend of COVID-19 infection among the population. It will be a follow-up to a similar study conducted earlier. Briefing media in New Delhi yesterday, a Health Ministry official said the final results of the sero survey conducted by the ICMR in May, which focused on infections of mid-April, is still under process. The Health Ministry said India is dealing effectively with the COVID-19 pandemic and the country has the lowest caseloads and deaths in terms of its population in comparison to other nations. It said there is no community transmission in the country. WHO Director General Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus yesterday announced the initiation of the Independent Panel for Pandemic Preparedness and Response (IPPR) to evaluate the world's response to the COVID-19 pandemic. In remarks to WHO member states, the Director General said the panel will be co-chaired by former Prime Minister of New Zealand, Helen Clark, and former President of Liberia, Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. Prime Minister Clark leads the United Nations Development Programme and President Sirleaf is a recipient of the Nobel Peace Prize. Operating independently, they will choose other panel members as well as members of an independent secretariat to provide support. At the historic 73rd World Health Assembly in May, member states adopted a landmark resolution that called on the WHO to initiate an independent and comprehensive evaluation of the lessons learned from the international health response to COVID-19. Dr. Tedros said this is a time for self-reflection, to look at the world we live in and to find ways to strengthen our collaboration as we work together to save lives and bring this pandemic under control. The magnitude of this pandemic, which has touched virtually everyone in the world, clearly deserves a commensurate evaluation. Even as we fight this pandemic, we must ready ourselves for future global outbreaks and many other challenges of our time, such as antimicrobial resistance, inequality, and the climate crisis. Dr. Tedros said, COVID-19 has taken a lot from us, but it is also giving us an opportunity to break with the past and build back better.
In Nagaland, 23 new cases of COVID-19 positive have been reported, taking the total cases in the state to 696. Health Minister S. Pang Yu Phom tweeted this morning that Nagaland has 392 active cases while 304 have recovered. In Mizoram, 23 persons were tested positive for coronavirus infections in the past 24 hours, taking the overall tally in the state to 226. So far, 143 patients have been discharged after recovery, while active cases presently stand at 83. All the new positive cases have recently returned from different states. In the Union Territory of Puducherry, 72 persons were tested positive for the COVID-19 pandemic and one died, bringing the total number of active cases to 618.
In the COVID-19 media statement released by the Health Department today, 67 cases were reported in Puducherry region and 5 in Karaikal. Of the 72 new cases, 60 were admitted to the Government Medical College, 7 to Jipmer and 5 to Karaikal Government Hospital. One person died, taking the toll 2 in Karaikal region. So far, 1,272 persons in the Union Territory were infected by the virus, of which 637 were treated and discharged, and 17 died, leaving 618 active cases in hospitals. Chandramohan, Air News, Puducherry.
A 5-member central team delegated to study the COVID-19 pandemic situation in Tamil Nadu is scheduled to meet Chief Minister Edappadi Palaniswamy today. The team is being led by Union Health Ministry Additional Secretary Aarti Ahuja. It made an on-the-spot study of several COVID-19 containment efforts in Chennai yesterday. Meanwhile, the total tally of COVID-19 cases in Tamil Nadu has crossed 1,26,000 after 4,231 people were tested positive for the disease yesterday.
In Bihar, a complete lockdown has been imposed in 10 districts of the state today due to alarming spike in COVID-19 cases. 3-day lockdown has been imposed in 4 districts of Buxar, Nawada, Supaul and Kishanganj. In Khagaria, lockdown has been ordered for 5 days till the 14th of this month. In Patna, Munger, Madhepura, Kaimur and Purnia districts, lockdown will continue till the 16th of this month. The state government has also ordered a complete lockdown in districts of Begusarai, Nalanda and Vaishali for 6 days starting from tomorrow. Here is a report.
Additional forces have been deployed for effective implementation of lockdown. Wearing of mask has been made mandatory for all. Fine is being imposed against those who violate these norms. 14-day home quarantine has been made necessary for all rail passengers. Meanwhile, the state recorded 704 new COVID-19 positive cases, taking the total tally to 13,978. On the other hand, 4,076 patients are undergoing treatment at various hospitals. Personal Secretary of Deputy Chief Minister Sushil Kumar Modi and 2 others were deployed at his residence were tested positive for the virus. Dinesh Singh, a JDU MLC, has also contracted the virus. In view of the increasing positive cases, Railways has deployed 2 COVID-19 care rakes, each comprising 21 coaches at 2 platforms of Patna Junction. With KK report, Anand Kumar for AIR News.
The Uttar Pradesh government has decided to impose fresh restrictions for 3 days in the state from this evening amid spurt in COVID-19 cases. The restrictions will be in place from 10 p.m. tonight till 5 a.m. on the 13th of July. More from our correspondent.
As per the directions issued by Chief Secretary of State R.K. Tiwari, all offices, business institutions and markets in urban and rural areas across the state will be closed during the restriction period, although all emergency services will continue as usual. Apart from the continuous working units in urban areas and industrial units in rural areas, all other industrial activities will be closed. These restrictions will not affect rail and air services along with movement on national highways and road transportation, including goods services. On these 3 days, that is 10th, 11th and 12th July, a massive sanitization and clean water supply campaign will be launched across the state. Through public address system, an awareness campaign will also be launched regarding COVID-19 and other communicable diseases. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
Speaking exclusively to AIR News, Chief Secretary of Uttar Pradesh R.K. Tiwari said these 55-hour-long restrictions should not be considered as lockdown and there is no need to panic. He categorically denied rumours of extension of restrictions and said the restrictions will end at 5 a.m. on Monday. He said during this period, a massive sanitisation campaign will be launched so that there will be no spread of other communicable diseases along with COVID-19 in the rainy season. He said health teams will also continue the screening work for early identification of suspected COVID patients. He appealed to the general public of Uttar Pradesh to follow these restrictions strictly. In West Bengal, fresh lockdown has been imposed for 7 days in containment zones of the state. The restrictions were imposed last afternoon following the rapid increase in COVID-19 cases in the state. Here is a report.
West Bengal recorded highest numbers of 1,088 COVID cases in last 24 hours. With this, total number of infected patients have reached to nearly 26,000. 27 persons died in a single day so far, taking the total number of deaths to 854. Strict police vigil has been kept at containment zones in the state. Microphones are being used by the police requesting people for strict compliance of lockdown and mandatory use of masks. Arijit Chakraborty, AIR News, Kolkata.
You are listening to the Midday News on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Solar energy is sure, pure and secure, says Prime Minister. Dedicates Asia's mega solar project to the nation in Madhya Pradesh. COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 62.42%. Uttar Pradesh government imposes 3-day restrictions from 10 p.m. tonight. Lockdown in 10 districts of Bihar, including capital Patna, begins today. Gangster Vikas Dubey killed in an encounter near Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh. ICSE and ISC exam results for class 10th and 12th to be announced at 3 p.m. today. And special flights to operate from 12th to 26th of July between India and UAE to facilitate stranded citizens to reach their destinations. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. In order to cure critically ill COVID-19 patients, plasma therapy system has been launched in Maharashtra's Amravati today. Pune Civic Administration is also trying to increase beds for coronavirus patients at private hospitals in the wake of the increasing number of COVID-19 patients. The city, which is among badly affected in the state, has reported around 24,000 coronavirus cases and over 940 deaths so far. More from our Mumbai correspondent.
Maharashtra Minister for Women and Child Development Yeshomati Thakur today inaugurated plasma therapy system in Amravati District Hospital. She has appealed patients who have recovered from coronavirus to come forward to donate plasma for the treatment of other patients. On the other hand, anticipating a surge in cases in the month of August, Pune Civic Administration is trying to increase beds for COVID-19 patients at private hospitals. Municipal Commissioner Shekhar Gaikwad said that he had a meeting with representatives of over 100 private hospitals in the city to increase COVID beds. He has also ordered that some hospitals be converted into 100% COVID care centers. Meanwhile, 132 inmates have tested positive for coronavirus in rapid antigen test conducted at Nagpur Central Prison, taking the number of virus infections in the jail to 219. Madhuri Pange, AIR News, Mumbai.
In our series Experts Speak on All India Radio, we bring you the views of some leading medical experts on COVID-19. Talking to AIR News, Dr. Ambuj Roy from the Department of Cardiology of AIIMS advises elderly people and those suffering from other diseases like hypertension and cancer to take extra precautions to avoid the infection.
The larger population, it has given them time to understand the seriousness of the disease, the precautions they need to take, how to live with this. They have practiced social distancing. The people who already have heart disease, people who have had brain strokes, people who have lung disease, people who have some kind of cancer, they're much more prone to a more severe form of the disease if they get the disease.
Dr. Naresh Gupta of LNJP Hospital, Delhi, tells people to maintain hygiene and social distancing.
खांसने के समय ऐसा खांसना छींकना चाहिए कि दूसरे के ऊपर नहीं जाए. टिश्यू पेपर रखे, रुमाल रखे, कोहनी रखे, बचाव करे. एक इसमें और चीज आती है, वो आती है डिस्टेंसिंग का. जब वो खांसता छींकता है तो 1 से 2 मीटर तक वो जा सकती है। अगर आप पहले 1-2 मीटर का फासला बना के रखेंगे तो उसका आपके तक पहुंचने का अंदेशा बहुत कम हो जाता है। जो कॉन्टेक्ट ट्रांसमिशन की बात आई फॉर्माइड से, उसके लिए हम कहते हैं कि आप हाथ साफ करें। हाथ अगर आप धोते रहेंगे तो उसमें जो वायरस है वो साबुन पानी के द्वारा निकलता रहेगा, और उसके साथ साथ अगर जरूरत समझे या पानी नहीं हो तो आप सैनिटाइजर का इस्तेमाल भी कर सकते हैं।
In Sri Lanka, another 196 people at a treatment and rehabilitation centre have tested positive for COVID, bringing the total number of infected to 252 at the centre. The results of 338 tests conducted on the inmates and staff at the Kandakada centre were received this morning, and 196 were found positive. Earlier, 56 inmates and a counsellor at the centre tested positive yesterday in the first instance of community transmission after a gap of 2 months in the country. The development has come as a setback to Sri Lanka, which has been successful in containing the COVID spread so far. Around 2,000 people from a total of 2,100 infections had already recovered before the fresh cases surfaced from the centre. The country has seen 11 deaths due to COVID. A report.
The first case from the centre came to notice on Sunday when a prisoner receiving treatment there was tested positive. Subsequently, all staff at the centre were tested of COVID, and majority of them have tested positive now. The prisoner who was shifted to prison when he tested positive has been isolated, and his ward inmates have been quarantined and tested. Health authorities have initiated steps of contact tracing to avoid any spread into the community. This is the highest number of positive cases in a single day since COVID outbreak in Sri Lanka, even though country has not seen any community case for over 2 months. Almost 2,000 of total 2,100 COVID cases had already recovered before the fresh cases have surfaced, bringing a challenge to Sri Lankan health authorities. Santosh Kumar for AIR News from Colombo.
The Ayushman Bharat scheme is playing an instrumental role during the COVID-19 pandemic. More than 41,000 Ayushman Bharat health and wellness centres have provided universal and comprehensive primary health care facilities to poor people during the COVID-19 crisis. Over 8.8 crore footfalls have been recorded at these centres in the last 5 months. More from our correspondent.
These centers made outstanding contribution in the fight against COVID-19. In several states, health and wellness centers teams screened people for influenza-like illness and severe acute respiratory illness symptoms and facilitated testing for COVID-19. They also conducted health checkups and created awareness among people about the preventive measures like frequent hand washing, wearing masks and maintaining adequate social distancing. These centers also conducted wellness sessions for migrants in the quarantine facilities. Teams of health and wellness centers have also played a key role in providing of non-COVID essential services to the people. Immunization sessions are being organized and delivery of essential medicines is also being undertaken by these teams. Bhupendra Singh, AIR News, Delhi.
The Asia Cup cricket tournament, which was scheduled to be held in September this year, has been postponed till June next year by the Asian Cricket Council (ACC) owing to an upsurge in COVID-19 cases in the region. The Asian Cricket Council tweeted that after careful consideration and evaluating the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic, the executive board of the ACC decided to postpone the Asia Cup tournament. Pakistan was to originally host the Asia Cup this time, but due to security reasons, the tournament was later rescheduled to be held in Sri Lanka. Gangster Vikas Dubey was killed in an encounter this morning after he tried to flee when the police vehicle carrying him met with an accident near Bhauti area, close to Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh. Vikas was the main accused in the killing of 8 policemen in Kanpur. A team of Uttar Pradesh Special Task Force was bringing him back from Ujjain, where he was arrested by Madhya Pradesh police yesterday. Kanpur SSP Dinesh said Vikas tried to escape after the vehicle carrying him turned turtle in an accident due to heavy rain. He said Vikas, while trying to flee, snatched the weapon from the police and was injured in an exchange of fire. He was then taken to a hospital in Kanpur, where he was declared dead.
ICSE and ISC exam results for students of class 10th and 12th will be announced at 3 p.m. today. The results will be uploaded on the website of the Council for Indian School Certificate Examination. Students will be able to view their result by logging on to cisce.org and results.cisce.org. Results will also be available through SMS, for which detail has been posted on the websites. A press release said affiliated schools can access results by logging into the careers portal using principal's login ID and password. The government has rejected a note circulating in the media which claims that CBSE has released result dates for board examinations and also lists 3 websites to view the results. In a tweet, the Press Information Bureau has termed it as fake. It clarified that CBSE has not announced any date. The PIB said such dates will be announced on CBSE official website or social media account.
India and the UAE have agreed to operate special flights between the two countries between the 12th to the 26th of July 2020 to help facilitate stranded citizens and residents of the UAE to get back to their places of stay. Minister Hardeep Puri in a tweet said that this is a part of the close strategic partnership between the governments of India and the UAE, and with a view to assisting UAE residents who are presently in India to return to the UAE. The civil aviation authorities of both the countries have agreed to operationalize a special arrangement. Indian carriers operating repatriation flights and UAE carriers operating chartered flights to bring Indian citizens from the UAE to India can now carry ICA-approved UAE residents from India to the UAE. This arrangement will be in place for a period of 15 days from 12th to 26th of July 2020. The UAE had earlier announced that it is opening up to allow residents who are stranded in different parts of the world due to COVID lockdown to return. The UAE residents, however, have to apply for special permit after registering on the UAE government's website. Public Sector Enterprise Steel Authority of India Limited SAIL has shown impressive performance in the month of June under Atmanirbhar Bharat project. SAIL has achieved the highest ever June month sales during last month. The domestic and export sales stood at 12.77 lakh tons, which is a jump of more than 18% over the corresponding period last year. Last month, the company has also recorded the highest ever exports for any month. It exported 3.4 lakh tons steel during this period. SAIL has also sold 42,000 ton of pig iron during June 2020.
Defence Minister Rajnath Singh today carried out a comprehensive review of the situation in eastern Ladakh with top officials. Army Chief General M.M. Naravane gave a detailed account of the implementation of disengagement of troops from friction points. Our correspondent, quoting sources, reports Army Chief apprised Defence Minister about combat readiness in the region to deal with any eventualities. In Arunachal Pradesh, incessant rain for the last couple of days that triggered landslides and floods have left a trail of large-scale devastation in the entire state. Landslides and flash floods have been reported from many places, disrupting surface communication.
In Papumpare district, a house and 4 people in need were buried in a landslide at Tigdo village today morning. Chief Minister Pema Khandu has expressed deep shock and sorrow over the loss of lives and has announced immediate release of ex gratia of rupees 4 lakhs each to next of kin of the deceased. In East Siang district, water levels in the mighty Siang River and its tributaries are rising due to heavy downpour. 2 persons were rescued by rapid response team on Thursday who were stranded in a flash flood at Sivokrong River in Pasighat. In the capital city Itanagar, landslides triggered by heavy downpour have been reported from multiple places, causing property damage and road blockades. Rakesh Dole, AIR News, Itanagar.
Now let us take a look at the weather updates for today. The national capital Delhi may witness strong surface winds during daytime. The minimum temperature was recorded at 30 degrees Celsius, while maximum is expected to be around 39 degrees. Mumbai is expected to have cloudy sky with moderate rain. In Chennai, the temperature will hover between 23 and 36 degrees Celsius. The city will have a cloudy sky. Kolkata will have a partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers, with a minimum temperature of 28 degrees Celsius. The maximum temperature will be nearly 34 degrees. In Jammu and Kashmir, the minimum temperature was 29 degrees Celsius in Jammu, while maximum will be around 37 degrees. The city is likely to have partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. In Srinagar, the temperature will hover between 16 and 33 degrees Celsius. The city is expected to witness generally cloudy sky towards afternoon or evening. In Gilgit, the minimum temperature was recorded at 18 degrees Celsius, while the maximum will be around 32 degrees, and the sky will be partly cloudy with possibility of rain or thunderstorm or dust storm. Muzaffarabad may see partly cloudy sky with possibility of rain or thunderstorm. The place witnessed a minimum temperature of 19 degrees Celsius, while maximum temperature will be around 39 degrees. Chandigarh will see a generally cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Minimum temperature was recorded at 28 degrees Celsius and maximum temperature will be around 35 degrees.
And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Solar energy is sure, pure and secure, says Prime Minister. Dedicates Asia's mega solar project to the nation in Madhya Pradesh. COVID-19 recovery rate improves to 62.42%. Uttar Pradesh government imposes 3-day restrictions from 10 p.m. tonight. Lockdown in 10 districts of Bihar, including capital Patna, begins today. Gangster Vikas Dubey killed in an encounter near Kanpur in Uttar Pradesh. ICSE and ISC exam results for class 10th and 12th to be announced at 3 p.m. today. And special flights to operate from 12th to 26th July between India and UAE to facilitate stranded citizens to reach their destination. And with that, we end the midday news.